All right, and ready to go with another TI qualifier request game. Got a little bit of Radiant Dire action going on here, as we've got on the Dire side Alliant, as well as the Morphling Faceless Void position for Pudge most likely in the mid Viper. So looking like an off-lane Void, a safe lane Morphling, support Lion for position Pudge. Not too bad for the side of the Radiant. Safe lane Jug, no surprise for position Sand King, I'd assume.
It's in the bag.
Mid Invoker, off lane Brood, and Jakiro coming in. So definitely interesting lineups from both sides. Pretty standard positions overall. At least I'd hope so. A lot of these pub games, you know, you see a position 5 line, or at least you hope it's a position 5 line, and all of a sudden it's going straight X. I don't understand it. I don't know if that's just my pubs, but that seems to be the way it goes down. But you take a look at where this Brood is. 4 mangoes just to start. Back when the mango gave you a lot more regen.
The battle begins.
And I think this is also, yeah, back when you could pull the creeps. So we know this is a throwback already. Bounty runes are not for everybody. We're going to see right away. We've got Broodmother just trying to pull these creeps, as, you know, not letting them go anywhere. But you've got the Lion coming over with the Pudge. Still have to be a little bit careful. They also place the sentry. Has the stun available as well as the ride. And Broodmother now with a second creep wave. Stun comes out, does not pull that second creep wave, and the TP attempt all the way to the tier 1 tower will be theirs. Meanwhile, over bottom, you take a look. It's trying against his Faceless Void. He does go with the Time Walk, but level 1, 24-second cooldown. So, you know, you want to force that out if you're the Radiant, and then you really can't lane. The Blade Fury comes out. There it finally is. There's the Time Walk, and it's a long cooldown. Got the Dual Breath to continue harassment. Burrow Strike in just a moment. This is a tri-lane that's really going to hurt this Faceless Void, especially if you can't get in there for experience. Still 12 seconds. Still you can get that Time Walk off it with the Dual Breath. And just about enough mana for the Burrow Strike, but unneeded, as he will get the first blood. So Kenzu. Hope I'm saying that right, of course. Don't know any of these guys. These are all request games, not, of course, professional games. So they don't have names I've seen before. These are all new. I'll give it a shot once, and if I'm not comfortable with it, I guess we'll just call them by their heroes, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But after getting that kill early, level 2 now is the Jug. Faceless Void does end up getting to that level 2, but Jug about to hit that level 3, and they are going to go for the pull. So they want to make this a contested lane where Void really can't stick in the pocket of this lane and posture himself. So we'll definitely see what he's able to do. But it's going to be tough, as was by himself. But now they've got the Pudge here, so Hook at the ready, but still only level 1. We'll see how these Radiant heroes are able to really work with this. And over mid, we haven't taken a look just yet, but Invoker up against the Viper. So Invoker sitting about half health. And experience-wise, about even. But the denies have come out for the Viper. Despite having more last hits, the Invoker is now pretty even. But the creep wave is yet to come through here for the Viper, so he should hit level 4. There it is. So a little bit ahead. Meanwhile, over bottom, they find the Void again. There's the Time Walk as well as the Hook. But that just brings him closer to the Faceless Void. And almost not where you want to have him. Maybe he was trying to hook the Void. Again, they have Burrow Strike ready, but no mana for it. The Ice Path is going to miss both these heroes. Time Walk available in 8. Now they've got the Burrow Strike at the ready. Tango, 2 seconds. Should be able to walk away from this, and there's the Time Walk, but over top, Morphling in so much trouble. Forced to morph into that strength, and Broodmother now out of mana, but has these little spiderlings, and the sentry's there. So if they want to go, they can, but oh, bottom again. Pudge is going to be the first one to fall. That's going to be to Kenzu again. They look over at the Faceless Void as they dive under this Tier 1 tower, chasing towards the Tier 2. Time Walk available, just gets away. And now Jug's got to be a touch careful as the TP comes in. The fair fire eaten, but there's the hook with the rot. Can Jug get out of this? He doesn't have enough mana really for anything, and everything's on cooldown anyway. But just gets out of the grasp of the Pudge, and it is the Sand King in trouble, who doesn't have enough mana for the Burrow Strike, but still able to walk away as these creeps a little bit body blocking this Pudge. Ready with the hook. It's going to be blind, but not going to be able to find it. Again, these creeps just standing in his way. And the TP will be back to base. So ends up getting back. Just out of harm's way, but ooh, double damage here for the Viper. Damage over time, not going to kill him, and Viper actually lets him get away. He's getting a little bit too low, even despite having that double damage. Doesn't want to dive under the Tier 1 tower, get this kill. So another kill slipping out of the grasp of this dire side. And Radiant really starting to lead the way with a 1,000 net worth lead. So, Morph sitting at about half health. You've got Sand King coming. No vision over for the Radiant side. They'll start off with the Burrow Strike. The stun comes out from this Lion. And they think about going for a moment. Look at these Spiderlings just doing a lot of damage to this Lion. Under the Tier 1 tower with the creeps. Burrow Strike comes through. And they'll let the Broodmother get the kill. Sand King just able to escape here with a little bit of health. And Brood under that Tier 1 able to get the kill. And maybe the struggle a little bit for the Brood in terms of last hitting has come from the fact that the mana has been depleted time and time again from this line. But now getting those Spiderlings back and really trying to make this Morphling pay. Into the trees, there's the stun. And a little bit of trouble. The waveform comes out, but again, with these webs, able to weave the trees and making it very hard for the Morphling to find anything successful in this lane. Take a look over bottom. Ice Path comes out for a moment. First hit bash onto the Jakiro. Grabs the bounty rune. And oh, Brood. Again, just under this tower, weaving in and out. Really putting himself in a tough spot, but staying close. And ultimately just really trying to give a hard time to this Morph. So Broodmother, and with the Soul Ring, we'll see if it's straight into that Orchid. Invoker. Midas, I would assume Ags comes after that, as Viper's just sitting here. Invis under the Tier 1 area. Not in range of vision, though, so he should be okay for now. Meanwhile, bottom. Take a look for a moment. Only level 4 is this Faceless Void. He's got Time Walk level 2, but he's got to be careful. Meanwhile, top line does Dagon for that bounty rune. Picked up by the Broodmother. And Invoker over mid, that Invis finally pops, and they end up getting the kill with the Viper Strike. I thought they were going to go in on this bottom lane as they were posturing like they were going to, but didn't end up making the jump. And as I say that, there's the Ice Path with the stun. Blade Fury on top. Time Walk available. Just gets it off and able to walk away, but just barely. A little more lockdown, all of a sudden that becomes a definite issue. They will glyph right before this Tier 1 is taken. Try to get to the deny, but that's not the smart way to do this, as there's the Ice Path. Blade Fury just getting out with the Time Walk once again. Sand King does end up falling. No Omni Slash available for this Jug, but if he had it, I mean, Void's got to be careful again, and he does have it, but he uses that Healing Ward, not going to have enough mana for it. And Brood gets another one. Lion is unable to really stick in this lane at the moment. As level 7 into the medallion. Everywhere I go, I miss a kill, but let's go up again as we take a look at the Morphling. And they will get the double kill for the Brood. The rust has to come off. I haven't done this in a couple weeks. Gotta get the rust off. 4,000 net worth lead here for the Radiant side, really taking charge. And take a look at the net worth. It's 3 on the Radiant side. Doing quite a good job at the moment.
I'll take your tribute.
Dire's top tower is
Invoker looking to go into this Midas. Battle Fury here for the Jug. Top tier 1 goes down. Bottom tier 1 is gone. Mid getting pressured a little bit. Not too terribly at the moment, but they do have that Jakiro to work with that Liquid Fire to go get these kills. Blade Fury comes out. Omni Slash, again, is available if he wants to make that play. And we take a look over top. It's Brood just continuing to push. Sand King waiting in the trees. You're going to want to get that level 6 as well as that Blink Dagger. And the Blink Dagger is what he's holding for, I'd assume. Ice Path again on the Pudge with the Dual Breath. Omni Slash available and will be used by the tier 2 tower to grab that kill. Now 8-2 in favor of the Radiant. They already have a 6,000 net worth lead. Ooh, Invoker dropping low. Cold Snap, not enough. Viper ends up getting the kill, but let's see if he's able to get away, and the Caustic Finale will be what this Sand King needs to finish him up. Meanwhile, bottom, Blade Fury, Ice Path, the damage, woo, the time walk with the hook under the tier 2. I don't know if he was going for the Void or if he was going for the Jug, but he ends up getting his team a kill. Pudge walks into the Chronosphere. Not enough damage from this Void to get the kill on the Jakiro. Rot working at this Jakiro as he's weaving through the trees, trying to get out. Hook up. And there's the TP attempt. Not going to get out of there, and Pudge gets credit for yet another. So, slowly cutting into this lead, and this is the pressure coming out from the Jakiro, from the Brood. It's tough. Stun on all of these Spiderlings as well as the Waveform, and there they go. So yeah, it's really tough to get in there as the Brood if all those Spiderlings do get stunned and they're taken out with the Waveform like that, and that's the cleanup crew that they need for this line in this morph. But find yourself out of position a little bit, and that's going to be a problem. They've got the finger to really hit the Brood, but they're only going to want to use that if they know for certain they can clean up the Brood Mother. They don't want to waste it. That is such a high cooldown nuke that it's unless it's, you know, level 1 especially, 160 seconds, almost dealing with a 3-minute cooldown on this finger. Level 2 I can understand just throwing it out there, but once you've got that extra minute tacked on, it really is tough. And they find the stun with the Waveform, finally kill off this Brood Mother, and that's a kill going the way of this Morphling, and that is very important to bringing this Dire side back. Doesn't use the finger either. Ice Bath. Dual Breath.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The pressure continues on this tier 2 tower, and Viper dies as well as the Sand King. They trade there. The pressure is on to this tier 2. And they will try to defend it once they have the Chronosphere, but again, realistically, you know, Void doesn't have much to his name at the moment. He's got boots, he's got the Quelling Blade, looking, you know, has the treads ready. Wants that Mask of Madness next, but he is far out from that. And he's at 6 on the net worth, so it's just a tough position for him really to be in.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
End up taking the middle of tier 1. Viper comes over again, and Jug ends up dying. The Sun Strike onto the Void. Has to be careful, no time walk. And will fall. Meanwhile, the Invoker over mid. He dies to the Viper, so throws that Sun Strike, but makes himself pretty vulnerable in doing so. Viper gets the kill, not even using the Viper Strike, and I think that was with help of Pudge, who had the hook and the Dismember. So Midas finally picked up for the Invoker, back down to 4,000 on the net worth lead, which was at about 6,000. They take the tier 2 over top, so only one outer tower remains for the Dire already. The pressure coming into the high ground, I mean, you go Aegis or something, it could be tough to really deal with. Blade Fury on the Viper. Omni Slash is a bit risky here as there's creeps available, so There's the healing ward. Broken is the Jug. Sunstrike way off the mark, and Jug dies. I mean, that was ambitious to think that that Omni Slash was going to land solely on the Viper. And once it didn't, I mean, Viper early and level 12 at the moment is going to make you pay for an attack like that, especially with Viper Strike available. So, Burrow Strike, Ice Path, Lion. Did use that finger at some point, probably going to kill Jug bottom. Just TP's out, Caustic. Not going to do it. And right now, it's a 5,000 net worth lead for the Radiant still. But things are kind of slowing down. They have the Orchid on the Brood. He's only level 11. You compare that to the Viper, who's looking pretty good. But the Morphling, as well as everybody else, is they are kind of behind by quite a bit. And you take a look at the experience. It's actually in the favor of the Dire, which is interesting. Because Jug only level 8. Wow. He's really falling behind. Burrow Strike, Ice Path, Sunstrike, Dual Breath, Caustic also burning. But don't want to dive under that tier 2 tower. And Invoker, yeah, he's level up. So yeah, I guess they are pretty far behind in terms of experience. Because they've, over towards top. Silence comes out in the void. There's the stun, one shot away. Can he get it? Trying to run him down, and there it is. Gets the Spiderlings too. Needs to get that health back and attack something, but doesn't end up doing so. And now the finger comes out. They'll take the Broodmother as well. Meanwhile, Viper is going to grab a kill on that Jakiro. So they end up trading 2 for 1. But they do kill the Brood. A lot of experience going the way of the Lion. He's level 10. Level 10 is the Lion, Sand King level 9, level 7 is the Jakiro, Pudge level 8, so their experience actually looks way better than the Radiance. Surprisingly so, too. So even at 12, 4,000 net worth lead here for the Radiant side. Lincoln's next for that Morphling. Mask of Madness still for the Void, then going into what seems to be the Battle Fury. It's got to be Hurricane Pike here for the Viper, I'd assume, with that Force Staff. But all this aggression that has come out from the Radiant, and they're behind in terms of experience. By now 3,000. Wow.
My waters rise.
And they are farming up a storm in terms of getting that experience, and the gold has stayed pretty stable. That means their farm is keeping up with whatever Radiant's doing, and that's with farmers. Ooh, Epicenter was used. That's going to be over by the Ancients, but the hook saves the Faceless Void. He's also got that Time Walk. You might want to be careful, but they know Chronosphere is probably on cooldown for another 30 seconds or so. Viper Strike comes out onto the Jakiro. Ice Path locks him in. Omni Slash comes through. Kills off the Lion. They'll lose the Jakiro. Blade Fury, but Morphling's here. And here they go. They just need the hook, and it's actually just the Dismember because he had the Blade Fury. And they'll get the kill. So they take out the Jug. And they take 2. 2 for the price of 1. Gold going the way of the Dire. Got Faceless Void getting closer to that Mask of Madness. Morphling involved in that, trying to get that Lincoln Sphere, as well as the Viper. It's been a pretty good couple of kills and a pretty good line for this Dire side as Chronosphere comes out, but now they've got the Cold Snap coming in from the Invoker. The damage from the Viper is quite a bit. Is it going to burn him out? It will. And now they've got the Viper Strike on the Invoker. He's got Ghost Walk, but they're ready with the Dust. There's the Time Walk across the bow of the Invoker. And with that bash, with the damage coming out from the Viper, they'll get themselves to, they lose nothing. And it is an unstoppable streak for this Viper, really putting it away for the Dire to pull back this deficit. But all the while, they have the Broodmother over top trying to push with the hook. The Dismember finger gets the kill. Lion might lose his life to the Spiderlings, but they're too slow. They're off the webs and out of control as they will go down to the Pudge Rot. The Viper hits and just feeding away gold to this Dire side one after the other. This is really getting difficult here for the Radiant as they have slowed down immensely in this game. You take a look at where the Dire is. I mean, Morphling's level 13 looking for the Lincoln Sphere. Mask of Madness almost picked up. Void again does want that Battle Fury to follow it. But the Viper's been the one doing a lot of damage. Almost level 16. Picks up the 8% life, spell lifesteal as well as the attack range. So even if he does get that Dragon Lance with the Hurricane Pike, he's already got extra attack range and might want to go to something else. And that answer is the Silver Edge. Dust comes through. Not going to land onto the Sand King. Double damage here on the Jakiro, but not really much of a threat.
We rely not upon fortune.
So just about at that quarterstaff finishes off the Perseverance. So I just don't. All right. I mean, you're 15. You had enough for the quarterstaff. Why not get the quarterstaff? Finish it off. Get the Mask of Madness. Make sure you can output a little bit of damage in that Chronosphere. But now he's got 2 unfinished items, and to me, that seems like a little bit of a waste. And this is going to be first item ags on the line. I was joking, by the way, when I said first item ags on the line. All of a sudden, he wants to be a carry. A little warding situation comes out, but Broodmother has been spotted. And now the Orchid, as well as the ulti used by the Brood. Morph's got to get away. The stun saves him for now. As well as the Hex coming out. Adaptive Strike into the hook with the Dismember. Trying to stay alive. And Adaptive Strike again. Finger not available for another 30 seconds. They've got the stun onto the high ground. They just need the hook. They'll find it one more time. And they clean up the Brood. So somehow they combine to get this kill. Nobody falls from the Dire, and Broodmother did again, this time for 50 seconds, and this game is even. I mean, this was such a quick 6,000 net worth lead at sub 10 minutes. And you're telling me that the Dire now up almost 10,000 in terms of experience, and bringing it back just about even in terms of net worth? Like, this game has gotten out of control for the Radiant. They don't even have the Ags here on the Invoker. The Jug just got his Battle Fury. He's looking for this Silver Edge. We'll see how long it takes for him to get that. But the stun comes out. Viper Strike onto the Jakiro, and he is surely dead. And there's the Hex, but Burrow Strike follows it up onto the Viper. Hook through onto the Jug. They'll look for the Dismember. That's onto the Tier 2 tower. So he's in some trouble once this Blade Fury wears off. Time Dilation comes out. They'll get the kill as well as the Invoker. 3 dead on the Radiant side just as Brood comes back up. And it's now 20-13. Dire have pulled it back from the depths of a 6,000 net worth deficit and really starting to find their stride. Burrow Strike comes through. They just don't care. They still try to take this Tier 1 tower. The Sandstorm is level 3, so have to be a little bit careful. Time Dilation comes out.
Middle tower has fallen.
And they get the tower. Meanwhile, Pudge dead. As well as the Lion. I don't know. He's dusted up. There's the double kill. Now it's time to run because Chronosphere is available. Viper Strike comes in. The damage coming through. They're Toxin. Need this Void. Gotta find the Chrono. Looking to throw it. But now he's Orchided. Waveform.
Dire's top tower
And
is under
Speedy Brood gets out. Almost threw it, but I think that would have been placed in the wrong spot. But now Chronosphere comes out and Bash needs to find it. The damage I can't see, but it's going to be the Brood taking that fight. And now Chronosphere wasted, and the Void dies again. Still going for the Battle Fury. Picked up the Mask of Madness as well as the Perseverance.
Dire's bottom tower.
Push still on for the Broodmother, who is still top of the net worth, but slowly behind is this Viper. Slowly but surely.
Middle tower is under attack.
Looking for that Silver Edge.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Hook. Oh, it hits. There it is, as well as the stun on 2. Here comes the dust. Ice Path lands on two of these heroes. Meanwhile, Viper's already killed off the Invoker. Dual Breath comes out onto the Pudge. They'll get the kill. He actually denies himself. Here comes Morph. Here comes Viper. Jugs here and around. Does want to grab that Omni Slash with the Force Staff away. Oh boy, they're really converging. And there's the Shadow Blade, but no vision for the Radiant. So they don't get the kill on the Viper, and they lose their Invoker. Viper gets that kill. He's 11-3-3, really starting to dominate. I mean, he's already been dominating. It's not really starting. It's just he is dominating. Ooh, Orchid as well as the ulti used from this Brood, and that makes Brood pretty susceptible if you do want to go. Burrow Strike, but you're dusted, so that's not going to help you, and you're dead. Viper gets the kill. Broodmother sticks around. Don't get this kill on the Sand King. So Brood's pretty much, I would say, stuck up this, this top lane. I don't think we've seen the Brood cross the halfway mark down the middle to get towards that bottom lane. Is stuck towards the top and in this jungle the entire time. And I would say good warding coming out from the Dire would probably get this kill. But the Orchid comes through onto the Void, hook out onto the Jug. They've already killed off the Invoker once again. Viper makes easy work of the Invoker. Ice Path, but the Chronosphere on a 2. So let's see what they can clean up. They look over at the Jug. The Ice Path comes out once again. Not enough damage to clean up anything, but the Chronosphere keeps alive a couple of these heroes, especially that Pudge. Tries to run away, waveform out. And they are just going to escape with the kill on the Invoker. At least for now. Go over the Jakiro, get the easy kill. Burrow Strike, Epicenter. Don't kill anybody yet on the Dire. The Omni Slash comes through. They converge to try and mitigate the damage. Now with the Blade Fury, but the damage coming out from the Dire is way too much for him to handle. Even with the Blade Fury, he ends up falling. They look over at the Sand King. There's the finger, and another kill. This could be a team wipe as the Invoker was dead to the last fight. They've got the Dismember. They've got the mana getting drained, as well as the damage of all 5 heroes here from the side of the Dire. And I say all 5, but actually the Void goes down. And it was 4 heroes hitting away at this Broodmother. Ends up being a full team wipe overall. And that is a lot of gold going the way of the Dire. And finally, the numbers say even in terms of net worth. So this is just out of hand for the Radiant. Has been. They lost control this game and they threw the bus off the cliff, that's for sure. And they still have towers remaining on the outside, unlike the Dire, but this is just, they can't find any good fights. Eggs for the Pudge.
I'll take your
Lion, he's been warding. He's got that point booster. Technically 1,200 gold away from an axe, so we'll see what his thought process is on his next item. Battle Fury picked up. Still no. But trying. That's for sure. Viper Strike and the dust. Viper rips through these heroes, and this might have been a little bit too far. Trying to force step away. Silver Edge in 3. There's the Chaos Meteor. And that is a 10-time streak going to the Invoker. And that is revenge of the revengiest.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
bounty.
So they kill off the Viper. He's got buyback.
Haste.
Still 400 gold away from this Battle Fury. He is the Void. He is 2,000 behind the Invoker. You know, Morphling, he hits the top tier 1, so pushing that Void and his gold. And desperately doing so. E-Blade picked up by this morph. He's ready to fight. And definitely ready to go. So they set up to hold bottom, but Radiant again, they cannot really push that well into this team. They just have not been winning fights. So, 1,000 net worth lead for this Radiant side. E-Blade picked up for the Morphling, but the Burrow Strike. There's the Lincoln's shotgun build, and see you later. What was once a hero is now nothing. Jakiro, that was a little bit late on the TP, and sorry to say, you're going to fall too. Both of which don't have buyback, and this could be a push from the Dire. First push, really, that we could see, but I think they're looking Broodmother. They want more. And Brood shows himself. I don't know about that. Lincoln's ends up getting popped. The stun misses, the hook misses. Into the trees he goes. But again, you should just TP out. They're going to chase. They have the damage. They have the ability to do so. Now you're on the cliff. Meanwhile, Jug's dead to the Faceless Void. The chase is on the hook. A little bit high. Just gets to the high ground and is able to survive, but this Jug is dead, and that is to a Battle Fury. Mask Man is finally Faceless Void. Spell Lifesteal here for the Pudge. Invoker going for the 4-staff. Viper. 17, 4, and 5. Really holding this together. Going for the BKB. E-Blade action onto the Brood. Lincoln's pop. There's the ulti with the Adaptive Strike. Trying to get that health back. Now he's turned into the Brood. And here comes the Pudge. So, how do these webs work when you go back to being Morphling? It's not going to matter. They've got the Dismember as well as the Finger. They'll get the kill. 600 gold away from that Ags is this Lion, but it's still down for 100 seconds regardless of whether he gets that soon or not. And there it is. What did I say? 700 gold away? Forgot he already had the point booster. But that's Ags. So he's going to have the Ags. It'll be nice. And you could use it to just clean up Spiderlings the entire time. Oh, Jakiro. Oh boy. There's that Dismember with that Aether Lens range. They've got the stun. They'll get the kill. The Omni Slash comes out. Lion's dead, but he picks up the Ags, and now the Burrow Strike comes through onto this Pudge. But again, you don't have Omni Slash anymore. What do you really do? And Void not joining the fight. He does have Chronosphere. We'll take the tier 2 without him. Pudge picks up the Ags. Look over at the Void. There's the Burrow Strike. Hyperstone picked up, going for the Mjolnir in full. Burrow Strike again, and woo! Double damage with that crit. I'll take out the Invoker bottom. Woo boy. That was what, one shot from the Jug? That hit him for 568 physical. Wow.
Waters rise.
That was intense. So BKB here for the Viper. Almost level 25, 20. He took the Viper Strike DPS, which is quite nice. 500 damage. Just added away.
Bounty.
With this build, I mean, you could go for either the 120 damage or the Nether Toxin silences. I don't think anybody's really staying in the Nether Toxin long enough, but I don't know. He does throw it quite a bit. The cooldown's not that bad. Every 5 seconds to have a silence, it's pretty good. So 35 minutes in, 4,000 net worth lead for the Dire. Viper Strike mid as well as the BKB. Kills off the Invoker. He's still got the BKB. Sand King, I don't know if you want to go for that. And there's the level 25. Burrow Strike comes out as well as... Woo! Finger. There were Spiderlings there, and he takes the Nether Toxin. Silences Omni Slash on the backlines onto this Pudge. Will get the kill with the Blade Fury. You had to TP out immediately to try and get away from this, I believe, because now you've been hexed. There's the Viper Strike with the damage coming through. You've got the Nether Toxin epicenter, but it's not doing anything to this Viper. They'll get the kill, and now they look over the Brood with just the Jakiro alive as well. Acropyre laid down, but there's the waveform and the kill. Brood is unable to do anything without any Spiderlings, without that ultimate. It is falling apart. And you know what? Forget that. It is falling apart for the Radiant. They have lost it all. This has turned into a 15,000 net worth swing, just about. Or 14,000 net worth swing, just about. And now they'll take the tier 2. They could push into the tier 3, maybe force some buybacks. Invoker. EMP placed down, but they've got the Faceless Void ready to push the top wave as well. So they're split pushing on the Invoker. The Brood is alive, but again, what can the Brood do? They've got Chronosphere available.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So it'd be hard to come in on and miss the Deafening Blast. There's the Lincoln's pop. They've got the Sand King coming over, trying to get this kill on the Morphling. They'll use the Dust, and Morphling trying to run. Cold Snap comes out again. There's the waveform once more, but while this is happening, you're losing your top set of racks, and there they go. You're still going after this Morphling. The chase is still on, but there's the E-Blade to himself. He can't be attacked for the moment. The hook comes out to save him as well. So now you've got nothing to show for it, and you lost your top set of racks. That is bad. Could not even kill this Morphling, and now you're dealing with even more pressure now that that top set of racks has gone down. So, took the waveform attacks targets. So probably gonna go to the 2 waveform charges. Morph target allies. Huh. Could have another hook. Could have another hex as well as another stun.
Dire are scanning.
Could have time walk if he needed it. Oh, absolutely nuts. Are you gonna go for the Aegis here? I mean, nobody's gotten Roche yet, and they know it's up. This is gonna be a quick Roche. Brood, Jug, Spiderlings, all trying to come through. There's the web. Lion in trouble, holding onto the finger. Now he's silenced. Jug's here, doesn't go after the Lion. This might bite them if he's not too careful. He is invis, and now you take a look at the back line of this fight. It's the BKB's Popeye Viper. They look over this Jakiro. They'll get the kill with the time dilation, slowing him back over to the Broodmother. They'll kill him also. Epicenter comes out, and we'll finally finish off the line, but you've lost 2. You're dusted up. You can't go anywhere. You don't have the Burrow Strike to work with, and morphs into you, Burrow Strikes you. Now you're broken, and now you're dead.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
So Jakiro, Viper, excuse me. Push this mid lane as Faceless Void is just dead. Oh, okay. Okay. Here comes the Viper. No sentry wards. 12,000 net worth lead here for the Dire, and he'll back off. This is an 8-second BKB now. Has the Aegis, has Hurricane Pike, Jug coming in. Be careful, Jug. Don't want to go too far. Still the tier 2 standing over bottom. Blink Dagger picked up for this Lion as he's got that 120 gold per minute talent, which is nice. It's been picking him up another item, which ends up being this Blink Dagger.
Radiant's bottom tower has
I think supports have really liked those kind of talents, the GPM talents. Just, you know, make it so your GPM doesn't always look like crap. As the Sand King getting low, silence up. BKB is going to be popped by the Viper. They'll clean him up. And now it's 4v5. Take this last tier 3. Ice Path, Dual Breath, Waveform. See you later, Creeps. Or see you later, Spiderlings. Book comes through now. Lincoln's, but there's the Hex waveform forward. They look over. The Broodrunner gets to the high ground. Chaos Meteor comes in. The Brood's finally going to die. The Omni Slash flies through. Denying himself will be the Pudge, but now the Omni Slash is just on the Morphling. BKB pop by this Jug. Meanwhile, you take a look at the back lines of this fight. Invoker trying to stay alive. Ends up trading his life to the Viper, who's got that Aegis. So it's still a 4v2. Ice Path laid down, but not going to matter. Buyback from the Invoker. Now it's a 4-on-3. All the while, Void's taking your mid-set of racks. Chronosphere on 2. This locks him in. It's got the Mjolnir as well as the Mask of Madness to work with, so the attack damage is going to be, or the attack speed as well as the damage is going to be there. They've got the stun. EMP comes out, but not going to matter. He doesn't really need that mana. Ice Path locks into Jug and Jakiro against the world with Sand King coming up in just about 2 seconds. Viper's back into the fray, looks over the Viper Strike onto the Jug, who doesn't have enough mana with the Blink. The Burrow, or the stun coming out, the Earth Spike, that's going to hit on 2. They'll take out the Jug. He's already used his buyback, doesn't have it. 85 seconds on the sideline with the damage coming out from the Viper. There goes Jakiro, and 4 are dead. Burrow Strike trying to find something with this Sandstorm, but there's the dust from both the Lion as well as the Viper with the Hex and the stun. Hurricane Pike, you're not getting back into that base. Everybody dead on the Radiant, and he will buy back on this Sand King, but they've lost all their racks. The Mega Creeps, they're going to be available for the Dire side. They look over the tier 4s with Creeps invading into this base, and all the Radiant can do is watch as these are going to be the webs placed on their base. Burrow Strike epicenter, silenced up is the Void trying to get away. Hit with that E-Blade from the Morphling, but still dead. Tier 4s will fall, and this will be the Ancient falling as well. The dust comes out. Sand King going to die one more time. He bought back, dead for 100. There goes the Ancient, and there goes the game for the Radiant. Dire take it. 42 minutes in. So pretty impressive coming out here from the Dire.